This week's US CQM Forecast Alert is the US economy recovering or slowing down? The updated monthly economic indicators and the ARIMA forecast suggest an upward revision of the economic growth rate on the expenditure side, a small upward revision on the income side, and a downward revision in the PCA forecast of economic growth rate. By updating the October retail sales, nominal PCE was revised upward from 3.30% to 3.85%, and the real PCE was adjusted upward from 1.43% to 2.0%. On the income side, retail sales had a large impact, with non-farm proprietors income and corporate profit revised upward by 1.6 billion and 22.6 billion respectively, and nominal GDP revised upward from 3.4% to 3.8% on the income side. Since export price increased by 0.48% in October, well above the ARIMA forecast of minus 0.07%, the GDP price deflator was revised upwards from 1.56% to 1.88%. According to the CQM forecast, the economic growth rate is showing a gradual upward trend, but the average economic growth rate on both the expenditure and income side is still low at 1.39%. The CQM forecast for the real aggregated indexes also show an upward trend, with growth rate between 1.5% and 2.5%, a faster rate than GDP. The CQM forecast indicate that the US economy is on the road to recovery. October Industrial Production Index fell 0.26% compared to the ARIMA forecast of an increase of 0.02%, which affected the PCA forecast of real GDP. The PCA forecast shows a downward trend in economic growth, contrary to the CQM forecast, indicating that the economy is slowing down. However, the economic growth rate of 1.03% is close to the average economic growth rate of 1.39% on both sides of the CQM. Conclusions from this week's US CQM Forecast Alert. The first, the CQM forecast suggests an economic recovery, while the PCA suggests an economic slowdown. The second, the CQM forecast of real aggregated indexes illustrate higher economic expansion than GDP. The third, the November employment statistic will be the key to determining whether the economy is recovering or slowing down. This slide contains additional information about this week's detailed CQM forecasts.